Good morning to all of you. Thank you for the opportunity, Chair, to be here again this morning, especially for your AGM. And of course, being with you as chaplain to the Chair for this last 12 months. Can't believe how fast the time has flown by. But I'd just like to offer a brief reflection before you start your meeting today. And as we begin what is a new period again for you as a district council. Gatherings like this remind us of the importance, of course, of public service, not just as a role, but as a vocation. In the Bible, we are reminded that leadership is a sacred trust. St. Paul writes of governing authorities as servants who are called to do good. And that is a high calling, incredibly high, and not always an easy one to fulfill. Local government is the level of leadership that touches people's everyday lives most directly. It is here, in this chamber and in your meetings, that decisions are made, that bins get emptied, that roads get fixed, that planning is shaped, and vulnerable voices are heard and protected. What you do matters deeply to our communities. Not just to budgets and reports, but to real people with real lives, to our and your communities and to our neighbours. The Bible also challenges us to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with our God. It's a message not only for believers, but for all who seek to lead with integrity, justice, mercy, and humility. Three guiding lights for anyone entrusted with the responsibility of governance. Justice, not just fairness in process, but a commitment to what is right. Mercy, that's compassion in action, remembering the human face behind every statistic. And humility, true leadership isn't about asserting power, but about listening well and serving others above self. And in an age that we live in at the moment, which is often marked, and is, by division, it seems, and noise, your work here is a counter-example of cooperation, of careful thought, and shared responsibility. And as your chaplain who's had this privilege to serve in this way over this last 12 months, I want to say that I will continue to hold all of you in my thoughts and in my prayers. The hours you give, for the pressures you carry, and for the commitment you show, which is often unseen, but so important. And I'd like to give my personal blessings to Jenny, as she has served so well as chair this last year, and to the next chair as they take on this significant role. And of course, my blessings to each one of you and my sincere thanks. A short prayer as we close. Dear God, we thank you for this council, for all who serve here. We pray for this annual meeting today, that you would grant wisdom in decision, patience in discussion, grace in disagreement. Strengthen the council and the tasks ahead of them this coming year, and may justice, mercy, and humility guide every word and action. And may this district be a blessing to all who call it home. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. I declare this meeting of the Annual Council open. You can now be seated. Welcome to this annual council meeting. There are no planned fire alarms scheduled at this time. Therefore, should the fire alarm go off, please make your way out of the building via the nearest fire exit to the car park beside the Windmill Public House. Councillors, when addressing the meeting, please stand and ensure your microphone is switched on and that you speak directly into the microphone so that it is picked up via the live audio feed. When you have finished addressing the meeting, please turn off your microphone immediately please do not move the microphone from its set position. And when speaking, ensure the microphone is directly in front of you, not to the side or behind. Chief Executive announced the dates of the extraordinary meetings in November and the joint in December.
Thank you, Chair. You should have on your desks in front of you a sheet of paper which identifies some extraordinary meetings in November, and that relates to local government reorganisation decisions that the council will have to make. Okay. We'll make sure that we circulate it afterwards, but I've got a sheet in front of me so I can tell you the dates in any case. So there will be an extraordinary meeting of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee on Wednesday the 5th of November. An extraordinary meeting of Cabinet on Monday the 10th of November. An extraordinary council meeting to be held on Monday the 17th of November. There will also be 2 extraordinary meetings in relation to the consideration of the South Warwickshire Local Plan. And these are joint meetings. An extraordinary meeting of the OSC on Tuesday the 16th of December and a joint Cabinet meeting to be held on Thursday the 18th of December. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. We now move on to item 1 on the agenda, election of Chair of the Council. The first, I now seek nominations for the Chair of the Council for 2025-26. Do I have a proposer? Thank you, Councillor Alcock.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, it gives me great pleasure and only a slight little bit of revenge, because she was the person who got me into politics in the first place, to nominate Councillor Kate Rolfe to be Chair of Stratford District Council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Alcock. May I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Keighley.
Thank you, Chair. I'm very happy to second the proposal of Kate Rolfe as Chair of Stratford District Council.
Do I have any other nominations? Thank you. As I have a proposer and a seconder and no other nominations, I announce that Councillor Rolfe is elected Chair of the Council.
I, Kate Rolfe, having been elected to the office of Chair of the Council of District of Stratford-on-Avon, hereby declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to be guided by Stratford-on-Avon District Council's Code of Members' Conduct in the performance of my functions in that office.
This is the shuffly little bit that happens. So here we are, Kate. Fantastic. Have a good year. Have a good year.
Oh, yes. Which one is it? That one. Okay.
It's in there.
Right.
Do you want to come up? Announce who your consort is. Okay. I'll just announce who your consort is.
This is my consort, my husband, Mike. Right. Sorry. Right. So, firstly, I am honoured to be your chair and I'll do my very, very best to represent this council across the district and beyond. So, Valentine's Day just gone. Alongside the chocolates, flowers and the romantic meal that my husband presented to me, not bad after 44 years of marriage, my husband gave me a card, which was a beautiful handmade card, which he purchased from a charity stand in Waitrose. I looked up the charity and discovered it wasn't a charity, but a CIC called Eco Workshop, based in Clifford Chambers. It was set up by 3 mothers in 2013 who were unable to find suitable work placements of purposeful activities for their adult children who have learning disabilities and autism. The sessions are set up in a work-style environment, and each participant takes on a valued activity suited to each of their skill levels. Some of these work-based activities involve horticulture, making products for sale, sewn products, woodwork products, plus many more, and participants are encouraged to volunteer with local charities and take part in e-commerce, packaging and working with local businesses. Most of the employees come from our district. It really is a wonderful organisation. I do hope you'll be able to support any events I put on to support Eco Workshop. I didn't know about this organisation, but I would suggest that if you get the opportunity to visit them at Clifford Chambers Business Park, then please do so. Thank you. Now I move on to item 2, the vote of thanks to the retiring chair. I would like to say a few words, if I may. It's my absolute privilege to give thanks to my friend and colleague, Councillor Jenny Fradgley, for looking after this council during the past year. She has run council meetings extremely professionally and always been fair but firm in her manner. She has also brilliantly represented this council outside of this chamber, alongside her husband Ian, also a friend and colleague. She will be a hard act to follow, but I look forward to the challenge, as I know there will be some hard decisions coming our way over the next year. I move that the Council offers its sincere congratulations and thanks to Councillor Jenny Fradgley for the exemplary manner in which she carried out the duties of Chair of the Council in 24-25. Thank you.
Thank you. My last time to actually talk from this raised position. Phew, I cannot believe how quickly this year has flown by. It seems no time since Vic, Councillor Alcock, was handing this chain to me, and my husband Ian actually supported me valiantly through the year. It's been very busy with witnessing historic mayor-making in our market towns, the civic services in our beautiful ancient churches, and celebratory civic dinners where the chains discuss the issues of the moment concerning their towns. Particular highlights have been inspiring side-by-side theatre group, where people with learning difficulties and those without have such fun together, delighting the audience with their skills and enthusiasm for life. The Scouts Gang Show, a real wow, where even I managed to croak along with the gusto of the singing there, totally infectious. Visiting RYSE 3D printers in Shipston when they won the King's Award for Industry was fascinating. A cutting-edge business with young, skilled workforce shaping our economic future. Stratford Choral Society, the literary festival, birthday weekend, historic walk around Southam have made for a memorable year. Mingling with the 4,000 guests at Buckingham Palace was quite special. Meeting 2 Stratford friends on the way in made it feel quite homely. Thank you to Tina Brain and all SDC staff for keeping me informed and in line. Thank you to Kate, my deputy, for all her support, and I wish you and Mike as rewarding a year as Ian and I have just enjoyed. I have struggled to raise charity money this year and must thank the wonderful STC staff for their efforts, and I'm pleased to be able to give small support to the air ambulance, CAB and Parkinson's, which will be delivered later. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jenny. Do I sit here? Do I sit here? Oh.
Use the chairs.
Gosh, it's quite bouncy. Item 3 on the agenda, the election of Vice Chair of the Council. I now seek nominations for the Vice Chair for 25-26. Councillor Holmes.
Thank you, Chair. It's a pleasure to nominate my colleague and friend, Councillor Mike Rice, for Vice Chair of the Council.
Do I have a seconder for that, please? Councillor Jenny Fradgley. Are you, sorry, Jenny, can you second? Oh.
I'm so bemused by standing down. Sorry, I would like to second Councillor Rice as the next, as the Vice Chair for the next year, 2025-26.
Thank you. All right. Are there any other nominations? No? Thank you. Councillor Rice is elected Vice Chair. As he has given his apologies for this meeting, Councillor Rice will accept his chain of office and make his declaration of acceptance of office at the next council meeting. Item 4 on the agenda, apologies for absence. David, are there any apologies for absence?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, we've received apologies from Councillor Bromwich, Eden, Hatch, Petrovic and Rice. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 5 on the agenda, declarations of interest. Do any members or officers have any declarations of interest on items on the agenda? No? Thank you. Item 6 on the agenda, report of the returning officer. Report of the returning officer, I would like to welcome 2 new district councillors to the council following elections in Ulster West and Stratford-on-Avon wards. Can the 2 new councillors please be upstanding? Welcome to Councillor Tom Ballinger and Councillor Cliff Brown. I move that the council place on record its thanks to the following councillors who have retired as district councillors: Joe Harmer and Manuela Pertigella. Item 7 on the agenda, statement of the Leader of the Council. I invite Councillor Juned as Leader of the Council to present the Leader's report.
You have in front of you a paper which is the scheme of delegation for the executive functions to the Cabinet and members of the Cabinet. All of the details are in that scheme of delegation which I place before you. If there's any questions, please raise them.
Thank you. Item 8, political balance and membership of committees. I invite Councillor Juned as Leader of the Council to introduce this item.
Again, on the papers in front of you, there is the political balance calculation for this coming year. And again, if there's any questions, please raise them. But this is the position that has been accepted and put before you. Thank you.
Councillors, please note that chairs and vice chairs of the committees will be appointed in the meetings that immediately follow this council meeting. Item 9 on the agenda, Civility Pledge Renewal. I invite the monitoring officer to introduce this item.
Thank you, Chair. Regarding this item, back in October, full council agreed to support the Respect and Civility Pledge for parish and town councils, which many of them have signed up to. Part of what you agreed to in those recommendations was to renew the pledge to support what they do and intend to do and aim to do and are doing at every annual council meeting. So the first annual council meeting is today. So it's back on the agenda just to confirm that you are still in approval of that.
Councillors, are we all happy to approve the civility pledge?
Yeah, happy to approve.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the next meeting of the council is the 14th of July. I now formally close this part of the meeting. Oh, that was nice. Ooh. So, councillors, now I hand over to David to go through the chairs and vice chairs of the individual committees. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. And just to, I know you've been through this a couple of times before our new councillors as well. The next part of the meeting, we're going to have 5 individual meetings, very brief meetings where we appoint the chair and vice chair, and for the regulatory committee, the licensing panel chairs as well of each of the meetings of council. So there's 5 meetings that we're going to be holding now. At the start of each of the meetings, I'm going to ask the members for the committee if they could please stand, and the members stand, acknowledging Councillor Alcott will remain seated. Those who are standing will convene that meeting of each of the committees. So we start with the Audit and Standards Committee. And if I could ask Councillors Alcock, Ian Fradgley, Jenny Fradgley, Peter Hencher-Seraphin, Stuart Keithley, Malcolm Littlewood, Linda Organ, Susan Ostrander, Dave Passingham, Kate Rolfe, and Ian Shenton, all pleased to stand. Okay, so this part of the meeting is reserved for those standing, other than obviously Councillor Alcock. So, I have no apologies for absence for this committee. I'm now going to ask members standing, do I have any nominations for the chair of this committee? Councillor Rolfe?
Thank you. I nominate Councillor Victoria Alcock. Sorry, I nominate Councillor Victoria Alcock.
Do I have a seconder for Councillor Alcock?
I would like to propose and be seconder for Councillor Alcock.
Thank you. Do I have any other nominations? Councillor Littlewood?
Thank you. I would propose Councillor Linda Organ.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Shenton?
Second that.
Thank you. Okay, given that we have... sorry, are there any further nominations? Okay, we will now conduct a secret ballot of the members of the Audit and Standards Committee. A piece of paper will be given to you by a member of the committee team. If you could please write on that piece of paper whether you support Councillor Alcock or Councillor Organ. We will then do it's only the members of the committee. Only the members standing get to vote on this. Sorry. Yeah. Have we had... Yeah, wait a moment. Yeah. Thank you, Councillor, for your patience. Takes me back to a couple of weeks ago. We've now conducted the secret ballot. I can inform Council or Audit and Standards Committee we've had 8 votes for Councillor Alcock and 3 votes for Councillor Organ, and therefore Councillor Alcock becomes the chair of the Audit and Standards Committee and will now take over for the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Buckland. Right, could I please call for nominations for Vice Chair of Audit and Standards Committee, please? I'd like to nominate Councillor Peter Hunter-Serfin, please. Do I have a seconder for that, please?
Yes, you do. I'd like to second that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do I have any further nominations, please? No further nominations, in which case I pick Councillor Peter Hunter-Serfin will be Vice Chair of Audit and Standards Committee. The next meeting will be on the 14th of July? 28th of July? Okay, well done. Will be 28th of July at 4 p.m. Thank you very much, Council.
Thank you, Councillors, because now sit. Thank you. So, Chair, with your agreement, I'll move on to the next committee meeting, which is a meeting of the Employment Committee. So if Councillors Cliff Brown, Liz Coles, Ian Fradgley, David Johnston, Susan Junid, Duncan Parker, Anne Parry, Ian Shenton and Lauren Stanley could all stand, please. Okay, thank you. Again, I've had no apologies. Agenda item 2, no apologies for this particular meeting. I'm now seeking nominations for the Chair of the Employment Committee. Councillor Junid.
I would like to propose that David Johnson be the Chair of this Employment Committee.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder?
I would like to second.
Thank you, Councillor Brown. Do I have any further nominations? In which case, Councillor Johnston is elected chair of the meeting, and if members of the Employment Committee can still stand for the rest of the meeting, thank you.
Could I ask for nominations for the position of Vice Chair? And can I propose Councillor Juned? Cliff.
Can I second that?
Are there any other nominations? In which case, I declare Councillor Juned to have been elected as Vice Chair of the Employment Committee. Thank you. It is concluded.
Next meeting.
Yeah, sorry, members of the Employment Committee, please note that the next meeting of the Employment Committee is being held on the 24th of June at 10 a.m. and I declare that meeting closed. The next meeting is the meeting of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee. So if councillors could please again stand, excepting Councillor Alcock, Victoria Alcock, Councillor Crump, Ian Fradgley, Peter Hencher-Serafin, David Johnston, Stuart Keithley, Malcolm Littlewood, Dave Passingham. We have Mike Rice, whose apologies, Kate Rolfe and Sarah Wally-Hoggins. Thank you. As just mentioned, we have received apologies from Councillor Rice. So, again, do I have any nominations for the Chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee? Councillor Littlewood.
Yes, I'd be happy to propose Andy Crump as Chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Oh.
Sorry. I'd be happy to second Andy Crump.
Thank you, Councillor Passingham. Do we have any further nominations? Okay, in the absence of any further nominations, I pass over to Councillor Crump as Chair of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Buckland. We go to the next item on the agenda, which is the appointment of a Vice Chair. And I would like to propose Councillor Dave Passingham, please. I'm looking for a seconder, please.
Can I second that?
And thank you, Councillor Johnson. Any other nominations for the position of Vice Chair? No, thank you. That's carried. Thank you, Councillor Passingham. And just to let you know, the next meeting is on Wednesday, the 28th of May. Meetings have moved from Friday to Wednesday. So please do note that and don't turn up on Friday the 30th. Otherwise, you'll be too late. So thank you very much. And I declare this meeting closed.
Thank you, councillors. We now move on to the Planning Committee. So if the members of that committee could please stand when I call your names. Lewis Adam, Tom Ballinger, Councillor Ed and his apologies for today, Councillor Bill Fleming, Councillor Roger Harding, Trevor Harvey, Peter Hedger-Serafin, Stuart Keithley, Gillian Padgham, Anne Parry, Dave Passingham and Alan Scorer. Okay, as mentioned, we have apologies from Councillor Neil Eden. I now call upon members of the Planning Committee if there's any nominations for the Chair of the Planning Committee. Councillor Adam?
I'd like to propose Councillor Stuart Keithley.
Thank you. Do I have any seconders?
Yes, I'd be very happy to second that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Harding. Do I have any other nominations? Councillor Parry?
I have great pleasure in nominating Councillor Bill Fleming.
Thank you. Is there a seconder?
Thank you. I'd like to second that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Scorer. Are there any further nominations for the Chair of the Planning Committee? Okay, as with the audit and standards, all the members of the Planning Committee will be given a piece of paper. If you could please indicate on that piece of paper through a secret ballot whether you support Councillor Keithley or Councillor Fleming. Thank you. Okay, so I can announce that by 8 votes to 3, Councillor Keithley is elected as the Chair of the Planning Committee. I'll now pass over for the rest of the meeting to Councillor Keithley.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Now, could I ask for nominations for the position of Vice Chair of the Planning Committee, please? Councillor Parry.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to nominate Bill Fleming as Vice Chair of Planning. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a seconder for that?
Thank you, Chair. I'm happy to second Councillor Fleming.
Thank you, Councillor Scorer. Are there any other nominations for Vice Chair, please? Councillor Adam.
I will nominate Councillor Eden in absence.
Thank you. And I would like to second Councillor Eden. So we have 2 nominations. Any further nominations? No? Over to you, David.
So, thank you, Councillor Keithley. For the Vice Chairs of the committee, it's a simple show of hands rather than a secret ballot. So if those all in favour of Councillor Eden... Oh, sorry. Fleming was, yeah. Councillor Fleming, please indicate by raising your hands. Okay, and those in favour of Councillor Eden, please raise your hands. Okay, so that's clear, Chair.
Thank you, in which case I can confirm that Councillor Eden is appointed Vice Chair. I think that's the end of the meeting, other than to say the next meeting, according to the sheet, is scheduled for the 21st of May, but in fact I know there's no business on the 21st of May, so that meeting is cancelled, and the following meeting will be on the 4th of June. Thank you. On that, I can close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Council, for your patience. We're on our final meeting now, which is the Regulatory Committee. If the following councillors could please stand. Councillor Curtis, Councillor Jenny Fradgley, Lorraine Grocott, Roger Harding, Trevor Harvey, Olivia Hatch, Chris Mills, Letty Petrovic, who's an apology for today, Nigel Rock, Ian Shenton, and Sarah Wally-Hoggins. Okay, we also have, so on apologies for absence, we have apologies from both, Councillor Hatch and Councillor Petrovic. From the members of the Regulatory Committee, do I have any nominations for the chair of this committee? There was a tie. I'm going to go with Councillor Rock first.
Councillor Jenny Fradgley, fresh from her other duties.
Thank you, Councillor Rock. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Grocott. Councillor Shenton.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Councillor Chris Mills for chair.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Harvey. Okay, do I have any further nominations? Okay, as with the previous committees, you will now be, members of the Regulatory Committee will be given a piece of paper. If they could indicate, please, as to whether you support Councillor Jenny Fradgley or Councillor Chris Mills. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to report there were no sport papers, unlike the election recently. So we have 5 votes for Councillor Fradgley and 4 votes for Councillor Mills, and therefore, Councillor Fradgley, congratulations, you're the chair of the Regulatory Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Do I have nominations for vice chair of the committee? I propose Councillor Harding. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Curtis.
Thank you. Yes, I would like to second Councillor Harding as Vice Chair.
Are there any other nominations?
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to nominate Councillor Mills for Vice Chair.
So, do I call?
No, so, Chair, on this occasion, it's a Vice Chair, so we will be conducting a show of hands.
So can you raise your hands for Councillor Mills?
That's 4 votes, Chair.
Please will you raise your hand for Councillor Harding?
That's 5, Chair.
Thank you.
So Councillor Harvey is the Vice Chair.
May I move on to item 5, the appointment of licensing panel chairs. Do I have any nominations for 3 licensing panel chairs? I would like to propose Councillor Curtis, Councillor J. Fradgley and Councillor Grocott. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Curtis.
Thank you.
Are there any further nominations? No. Therefore, Councillor Curtis, J. Fradgley and Grocott are elected chairs of the licensing panel. Members, please note that the next meeting of the Regulatory Committee is the 5th of June 2020. It's got 4 here, 2025 at 3 p.m. I declare this meeting closed.
Thank you, councillors. That is now the end of the meeting. And I would like to invite you for a little refreshment at the back of the room. And thank you very much, and see you all very soon. Thank you. Oh.